back to Func. I hope you had a great Valentine's Day. I'm your host, Lexia Janopoulos.
And I am Kimberly McKnight. Today's weather is partly cloudy with a high of 64 and a low of 42.
And the word of the day is kinetic. Kinetic has several meanings that all have to do with movement. The novel's plot was kinetic and fast-paced, and its effect on the reader was much like that of caffeine. After a Chiefs Super Bowl celebration rally on Wednesday in Kansas City, at least one person was killed and up to 21 others wounded with gunshot wounds, according to authorities. The shooting occurred approximately 2 p.m., and according to Kansas City Fire Chief Ross Grundison, 8 of the injured had immediately life-threatening injuries, 7 had life-threatening injuries, and 6 had minor injuries.
It is no longer believed by the police that the 4 immigrants charged with assaulting NYPD officers fled to California after boarding a bus in Times Square. On February 1st, a faith-based charity provided bus tickets to Calexico, California, to one of the suspects in the January attack on 2 NYPD officers. Officials in the city received a tip the day following the apprehension of the January assault survivors' release. An anonymous source claimed to have worked with a religious organization that provided bus tickets to the 4 men and knew them from their time on television, according to multiple law enforcement sources. He was able to positively identify the men in the photos. Early Wednesday afternoon, 2 people who seemed to be protesting climate change dumped red powder on the case that held the U.S. Constitution. This caused the rotunda and galleries of the National Archives in Washington, D.C. to close to customers. According to a press release from the National Archives, the outside cover kept the Constitution safe from harm. Damage to the rotunda is being looked at by the agency's conservators. Right away, security guards stopped the 2 men and led them out of the building. Douglas Zepeda, 35, and Jackson Green, 27 years old, were named as suspects by the Metropolitan Police Department. Washington, D.C. is home to both men. There is still no information about what's in the powder.
After the Republican presidential candidate asked for enhanced protection, citing threats that she is facing, a congressional advisory committee voted to grant Nikki Haley U.S. Secret Service protection, according to a source knowledgeable about the matter.
House Intelligence Chairman Mike Turner is receiving strong backlash, even from members of his own party, for a statement he made on Wednesday. Some GOP lawmakers are expressing concerns that the statement was alarmist and showed poor judgment, calling for an investigation. Some of Turner's colleagues have different interpretations of his actions. Some believe he was raising awareness about a potential Russian threat to garner support for Ukraine aid, while others think he was trying to advocate for his own version of a Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act overhaul, which was up for a vote later in the day.
Biden campaigns on TikTok. Some supporters like the new way of reaching young adults, but others think the account needs to have more activity to appear real. The Sunday-created account has been posted 12 times. These include jokes about President Joe Biden's age, cable news clips criticizing former President Donald Trump, a Super Bowl video with the dark Brandon meme, and a campaign staff video defending him after special counsel Robert Hur praised his intelligence.
A judge is considering disqualifying Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, which could derail the election subversion case against Donald Trump and others in Georgia. The Georgia RICO case hinges on the 2-day evidentiary hearing. Trump and co-defendants want Willis removed because they allege that she and Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor she hired to lead the case, had an improper romantic relationship that benefited the district attorney. According to multiple sources, the DA's office fears disqualifying Willis could derail the case. The massive racketeering case has no trial date, and Willis and her team know the window to go on trial before the 2024 election is closing.
Starting this spring, travelers at Greenville-Spartanburg International Airport will have 2 new non-stop flight destinations added. Avelo Airlines is adding direct flights to Manchester-Boston Regional Airport in New Hampshire and New York's Frederick Douglass Greater Rochester International Airport in May. Flights from GSP to ROC will operate on Thursdays and Sundays beginning May 9th.
A man was charged with kidnapping after being found in Florida with a Simpsonville 13-year-old. Tyler Michael Burlick, 35, of Muquango, Wisconsin, was arrested at 3:30 a.m. on February 12th for kidnapping the minor, according to a Greenville County Sheriff's Office warrant. The National Crime Information Center listed the teen as a South Carolina runaway.
Bakeroom Bakery announced Wednesday that the bakery will be closing its doors. It is unclear what will replace the bakery at the Commons. Stay tuned as we learn more.
That's all we have for you today. You can email at func@furman.edu to submit news and announcements. I am Kimberly McKnight.
And I'm Lexi Janopoulos. We'll see you Monday.